high toe, okay, makes sense. Hi, so today I'm going to be cutting my fringe back into place. I usually do it myself in between chops at the hairdressers because it's just easier and cheaper for me to do it that way. So last time I cut them just in the middle of my forehead, like a couple of, like an inch or so above my eyebrows, but they've reached my eyebrows again, so it's time for a chop. I'm not a hairdresser, by the way, just like to point that out. This is just how I cut my fringe slash bangs, whatever you want to call them. And this isn't necessarily a tutorial, again, it's just how I'm doing it, but I thought I'd just record it because I was going to do it anyway, so I can share with you how I cut my fringe. I have some hairdressing scissors that I bought from Superdrug, and they only cost a couple of pounds, but they're sharp enough to do the job. I also have a tail comb, and I have my straighteners. And I'll also just got like a clean brush just to brush any of the bits off my face. Okay, so I'm also using a clip to hold my hair back, and I'm just going to pull all my hair and find where my fringe is. And the way my fringe was cut in originally, it sort of points up a little bit and then it just comes back down, a nice little semicircle shape. So I'm just going to try and get that shape back. I mean, sometimes I might just be able to just kind of loosely brush back on the hair that I've pinned up. And a bit of fringe will just come out. So the straighteners are on, and I'm just waiting for those to heat up, and while that's doing that I'm going to section off a bit of my hair. Right, tail comb. I'm going to brush that bit of fringe and I'm going to straighten it. And the reason why I like to have dry straightened hair rather than cutting it while it's wet, it's already cut into a fringe shape, so I don't necessarily need to cut it. I'm not cutting a fringe in while it's not like restyling my hair, so there's not really any big need for me to have it wet. And also my hair is naturally wavy curly, so actually when it's sort of like a damp wet anyway, it will start to go into a curl. Like these bits will start to like get waves in them, and I don't want that while I cut my fringe, because if I cut a bit and it's got a wave in it, it might not necessarily be straight. So I'm just gonna cut it while it's dry. Okay, and now we'll just straighten it all together. Lots of straightening of the fringe. You can see the bits of hair I missed last time I cut it, so I actually have a bin down here as well, so that'll hopefully catch most of the bits that I am cutting. I think I'm just going to do this in two. So take this bit back and I'm going to brush out my fringe as evenly as I can. I'm going to take the middle part of my fringe, and my fringe has reached my eyebrows, and I would like it to be in the middle of my forehead. Again, another reason why I've decided to cut it dry is because my hair, I'll know exactly where it's going to come to when I have cut it. Basically it won't like bounce up and be even shorter than I thought it was going to be, so that's why it's dry as well. So I've sort of sectioned it off into like 3 little bits there. I'm just going to cut this first bit with my bin in place. Hopefully that'll catch. Down you go. In you go. I feel like it's going to go up my nose or something. Tip for cutting your fringe: don't have anything on your lips. So now I've cut that in, I'm just going to leave it there. I've got a guide, so I'm just going to start cutting the rest of this. See, you can always have like, if you're going to go for like Bettie bangs, I think they're the ones where they kind of like curl up slightly, but I think I would prefer, it's like similar, obviously it's just like a micro fringe, or baby bangs, whatever you want to call it, but this, I'm just going to go straight across, so obviously if you're like me and you get to the, if you do it this way, it's easier because like my side bits, that's where like most of my baby hairs are really, like I've got like little frizzy bits, so it's actually thinner on the edges than it is in the middle, so if you get the middle out of the way and you just match the sides up, then you've pretty much, you know, it's a done job, isn't it? So get off my face. That's about right. See, every time you comb it as well, it's a different length. It's just, you're never going to get it exactly spot on, but you know, you can do your best. And so yeah, you can see the length, it's two different lengths. Oh, there's hair in my face. Like, it's so hard to get a straight fringe because once you brush it a different way, or if your hair's not straight enough, or you know, whatever, there's always going to be little bits that you've missed. Like, you'd just be cutting for days. So I just kind of push it up and do that with it, and I'm quite happy with that, to be honest. Okay, I think I'm quite happy with that anyway, so I hope I helped you if you were trying to cut your micro fringe back in at home, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye! So I think I'm quite happy with this look. I hope I helped you if you were trying to cut ha.